N scale, the one scale that I can never seem to keep a good selection of in the store. Until now. Well guys, as evident by this really big box in front of us, we have some N scale stuff to look at here. You guys know I say it in every video. I try to keep more N scale on the shelves and it just sells too quick and I have to go find more and it's hard to find because nobody wants to sell their N scale stuff. And finally, I have a really cool lot of N scale stuff here for us to look at. This is definitely the nicest N scale stuff that I've had in the store thus far. There are some real cool things in here. This is high-end stuff. I'm so excited to go take a look at it with you guys. Let's get right into it. Lots of Cadence products in here. Up first is a complete Cadence set. First of all, it's funny because V16 is my vendor number in the antique mall that the store is located inside of. But this is a full concrete tie unitrack set, which is also double track and has elevated curves, which is super cool. But there are some really cool things in here, guys, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. Up next, here is the tub with most of the trains inside of them, and oh boy, there is some cool stuff in here. A gentleman brought this lot into the store a few weeks ago and asked if I wanted to buy it, and I said, heck yeah, let's go. So I was very quick to make an offer on this and pick it up off of his hands. Here is a really cool Japanese passenger set. I know so little about Japanese trains, guys. My knowledge of Japanese railroading literally stops at Tamika World, okay? Like I'm not the guy to know stuff about this, but I'm sure this is very cool to the right people. I've never really carried Japanese trains before, but I know I've had requests for some foreign rolling stock, so this is very cool. Unfortunately, I can't understand what the box really means, but I mean, the detail on this Cadence stuff is just fantastic. So I know if it's anything like their American stuff, it's gonna be fantastic. Down here in the box, this tub rather, is really the stuff that caught my eye the most. But first I wanna grab these two boxes here. Obviously some more Cadence items, but inside of these, we have two duplicate sets of BNSF bathtub gondola hoppers. And in total, I believe we're gonna have a 16 car set of these, which would look fantastic on somebody's layouts. All of them have unique numbers. These are very high-end cars. As you can see by the price, these were $120 at Hobbytown USA. Of course, they'll be probably a little bit cheaper in my store. And I think this set here is a duplicate of that set, the same brown. No, these have the swoosh logo on them, but it is another 8-car set. And yeah, they look fantastic. These are gonna be such a great set for somebody to have on their layout. So I'm just thrilled about having those in the store. But what are BNSF cars without some BNSF engines? And I'm here to tell you we have some very cool N-scale BNSF engines, guys. Up first is a Dash 9. I had this exact same model in HO scale, and I actually turned it into my AWVR Unstoppable engine. I know it's AC44 in the movie, but this is all I had. So cut me some slack there, but I mean, clearly this is high-end stuff. I know Cadence is the top of the line for N-scale as far as I'm concerned. Everything Cadence and N-scale that I've owned has been fantastic, and this is just another total beast. But you know, BNSF isn't gonna run one engine on these double barrel coal trains. You know, we're gonna need some more BNSF power, and thankfully we have that. So let me go ahead and dig out our next item here. And it is another gorgeous Cadence engine. This one being, of course, the SD70 ACE. Also in the BNSF scheme, another totally stunning engine, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have two of them in here, guys, and they are, let me double check my facts, these are different road numbers, which is extra cool. These have been barely used. The gentleman told me he was gonna work on a layout, but wanted to go to G scale instead. And these are in just, you know, near mint condition. So I'm very thankful to have these in the store. So there's 3 gorgeous Cadence BNSF engines for us. We've got some more things in here to look at in this tub of rolling stock here. Here is a really cool Atlas center flow hopper. Some great detail on there. Here's an Athearn John Deere flatbed with a tractor load that looks fantastic. It's a Burlington Northern flatbed as well. The green on green just looks so cool. Here's a Rock Island covered hopper that has a bit of nice weathering done to it. It looks very good. You guys know that weathering does not always work for me, but I think it works very well on a car like this, especially because you can still see these out and about on grain trains, and they look you know, just as ratty as that, if not worse. Speaking of ratty grain cars, here is a Santa Fe grain car by Bachman that has been weathered to the ends of the earth, and I think it works on a car like this. These grain cars just get beaten up out on the road, and clearly this one has had a hard life, but I think that makes it so much more realistic on a layout if it's really been weathered well like this one has here. Real quick, before we get to our next weathered car, there's one more, actually two more engines in here, but we'll get this one out of the way quick. This is a BN, well, custom painted BN, B23, I believe, and this was originally a Bachman. I think it was a CSX, the gentleman said, but he painted it into the BN scheme but never finished it. So if somebody's got the decals for that, they can make a sweet custom out of that. We got a couple more freight cars to look at here. Up first, really nice Atlas CSX waffle-sided boxcar, 50-footer. Stunning. I mean, the weathering on that's mint. It looks great. DuPont grain car, same story. Amazing weathering job on these cars. I'm thrilled that, you know, I don't always like getting weathered cars, but these I feel like lift these cars to being, you know, very, very high end. And last but not least, we have a Burlington Northern well car. I believe there was a light weathering job done to this, but not much. That's by Roundhouse. Very, very cool stuff there. We've got a couple more pieces of rolling stock in here. We will grab our final locomotive of the collection here, another beautiful Caddo engine of the BNSF Heritage family. This great Santa Fe SD40-2. Reminds me of Train Simulator. This is always the engine that I used to play that game with, and that is a great looking example of it. And then we've also got here another weathered grain car. This one is a DuPont grain car by Atlas. Once again, it looks fantastic. And then down here at the bottom of this box, I'm not going to take it all out on camera because that just feels kind of redundant, but we have a ton, and I mean a ton, of Caddo Unitrack down there, and that is all going to be in the store very, very soon as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this N-Scale unboxing. I'm thrilled to have some N-Scale stuff of this quality in the store, and I'll see you in more videos very, very soon. Thank you for watching.